welcome to this year's virtual health fair. I'm Coach Atkins, and I will be talking about nutrition and fitness with you. So this will be a two-part video. My first part will be fitness, and the second part after that will be nutrition. So fitness, the first part, is very important because it keeps our heart healthy, it keeps our body healthy, but it also keeps our minds focused. So a lot of time after we come to gym class, when we come back to the classroom, it's going to help us get all that extra energy out so that we can think a little bit clearer, feel a little bit better with our moods. So it does also benefit our moods. You may feel like you feel a little bit better after you do an exercise. So today we're going to do a 10-minute exercise that I'm going to guide with you guys. You can follow along with the video. So make sure that you have one spot where you're not going to bump into anyone, and you're only going to need that one spot. So all these exercises you could do at home or you could do with your family. So before I do share my 10-minute exercise video with you, I'm going to share 3 things that you can do in your community by yourself, with a neighbor, or possibly with your family that you can do to stay healthy and active at home. All right, let's watch those 3. Next. All right, activity idea number 1, walk or jog on the trail at David Jackson Park. All right, idea number 2 is ride your bike at home. All right, idea number 3 is try to race your dog in the yard. Hello everyone, and welcome to this year's exercise portion of our virtual health fair. Today we're going to be doing 12 exercises in your classroom that you can follow along with, and these are exercises that you could also do at home because they are just body exercises. So today we're going to be doing 12 exercises. Each exercise will be for 30 seconds, and then you will get 15 seconds of rest after that. So right now you're going to find a spot beside your desk that you can exercise at. You may bring your water bottle beside you, and at any time if you need to take a rest, you can pause. These are all exercises that I know you guys can do, and these are exercises that are all in one place. So when we're doing these exercises, we shouldn't be bumping into our desk or falling over. Even though I'm in this very big gym right now, all these exercises that I do are going to be in one place. All right, follow along, and I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you. That's the last one, everybody. Good job. All right, guys, I just want to share with you our set list for our exercises today. We had 12, and here are our 12 exercises. Number 1 was push-up. Number 2 is lunges. 3 is tricep dip. 4 is ab scissor. 5 is invisible jump rope. 6 is plank ups. 7 is inchworm. 8 is mountain climbers. 9 is bridge kicks. 10 is bird dogs. 11 is high knees. And 12 is the plank jack. So there you have it. If you want to do these exercises at home, you have the full list. All right, everyone. This is the nutrition portion of our event. And right now I'm going to share with you where we can find the page where I added our nutrition information. So if we're here on the website, we're going to click on specialists, and that brings up all our teachers. We're going to find my name and go to my website. Once you're on my website, we're going to go right up to the top here and go over to links. And under links, this is our document right here. I'm going to open this in a new tab. And when you open this, I have a few links for you. I'm going to scroll down a little bit. So there are some physical activity links that I added on here. We're going to talk a little bit more about the MyPlate links for our nutrition links and a couple of recipes we have here. But first, briefly, we have a Fit Kids link. So if you click on it, it will pop up. And when you get to it, if we scroll down and go to move, there are a couple resources that are sort of neat to click on. Power 60 has a few videos that are just sharing how we can get a whole 60 minutes of exercise in per day. If we click on these on the right, we go back one and click on this link, the exercise is cool link. There is a pretty lengthy video right on the top as soon as you open it called How to Increase Your Speed. So this one is pretty long. It's from a Soccer Academy website, but it's a lot of good tips on how you can, some exercises you can do to increase your speed. All right. So you can check those out in your own time. We're going to go back to the document. And here we have Go Noodle as well. I put a link on that. If you're not familiar, you may have done some things from Go Noodle in your classroom, but this is something else that you can do at home. Maybe if it's a rainy day, so something that you can do inside in front of a screen that will still get you active. All right. So for our nutrition part, we have myplate.gov. So MyPlate is something that was made by the U.S. Department of Agriculture. And a lot of times nutrition advice can be very confusing because it is based on how big you are, if you're a male or female. And so this sort of condenses it down. If you look at this single picture, half of our plate is fruits and vegetables. So more of it is vegetables than are our fruit. That's because fruit has a lot of calories. It's very dense, so we only need a little bit of fruit. And on the right, we have our grains and protein. And again, our protein is very small because it is very dense as well. And our grains naturally take up more volume. We also have dairy on the side, which they suggest eating with a meal. So if we look on these links, our first one is the My Plate link. And I'm going to click on that in just one moment. All right, so here we have our My Plate website. So my plate, like I said before, is made by the US Department of Agriculture. So that means that they have somebody, it says up here, official site of the United States government. That means that they have someone called a registered dietitian put this information together. So they went to school for a long time to learn about nutrition. If we scroll down, we have something called a My Plate Champion. So these are some useful tips, some things that we can do. Rethink your drink. Drink fat free or low fat milk or water instead of sugary drinks. Eat more fruits and veggies. This is something we saw on the My Plate. Half of our plate was fruits and veggies. And another good tip is focus on lean protein. So choose protein foods like beans, fish, lean meats, and nuts. So when we see lean anytime, lean meats would mean it is low in fat. So high fat content is not good for us. And we have also here be active your way. Be active for at least 1 hour a day. So that's just like 60 minutes that we saw on the other website we were looking at earlier. And this is a certificate you can print out once you've read all those things. We have some games, some apps that you can click on if you want to look at those at some point in your own time. And there's one activity sheet. We have a few of these. I'm actually going to look at two of them. We have one food critic activity. So we could take something that we like to eat or something that might be new to us, and we're going to rate it. Here we can see we have visual appeal, smell, taste, and texture. So foods aren't just the way they smell. There's all these things that we can take account when we're eating a new food. We would write our number here for each one, add them at the bottom, and then we're going to rate it. Would you have this again, yes or no? And the other one that I wanted to look at, since one of our tips was eat more whole grains, I'm looking for whole grain lesson. So some examples, this might be confusing, but whole grains means that it has the entire grain of kernel, and these are the different sections of the kernel. So some examples of a whole grain might be brown rice, oatmeal that we eat in the morning. Whole grain barley is something that they put in soup sometimes. And you see some other things here. We have bread, crackers, and pasta that we can get a whole wheat version of. So when we eat a regular pasta dish, that pasta converts into sugar in our body, and it converts a little bit faster than it does if it were a whole grain. So these are just some suggestions of things that are a little bit healthier options for us. All right, so I'm going to go back to our form again. If we click on the second link, these are some recipes. So this link is a healthy recipe site. So again, it is that USDA site again. So these links are going to include things that have whole grains. This pita is probably a whole grain pita. Chicken would be a lean protein. Yogurt pops, depending on which type of yogurt you get, can be very good, and it's a frozen, almost like a dessert. So if any of these look good to you, you can suggest to your mom or dad if you can help them make something that we should try to get in the kitchen. And next time your parents are cooking something, ask if you can help, because this is something you're going to need to know one day. It's a good skill to have to know how to make food. These pancakes use pumpkin in them, so that might be something that would be good in the fall time when everyone's eating pumpkin. And I'm going to go back to our document again, and I'm going to click on our last link. And these are recipes that are a little more fun and something that maybe you would eat on the weekend. So remember, we want to limit our sweets, but every now and then it is fun to learn how to bake. Here we have French bread pizzas. And if you want that recipe, the link is below the picture. Vanilla sugar cookies with sprinkles. Click on the link below. Baked spaghetti squash is actually something that would be very good for us. So this is a squash that we make into noodles almost and put sauce on top of. Baked zucchini fries are a vegetable that would be good for us. And salad in a jar. So you guys can look over these in your own time. But it's good to ask your parents if you can help anytime in the kitchen, because learning to cook is a very good skill to have, and you might be able to find a new food that you didn't know you liked.